Yeah, so here we discussed about like JDK and GRE. Okay, and we have set the path and class path. Now, first of all, what is the difference between setting path and class path? Means when to set path and when to set class path. Okay, one of the widely asked question. So path is always to JDK bin folder, or we can say the folder where we have Java C and Java tools. Okay, mostly it will be available in JDK bin folder, so that's why we actually set it to JDK bin folder path. So path is when you want to access the tool Java C and Java, means when you want to compile and execute the program, we need this set path. Then class path. Path is always to, as the name specifies, class path means the path where dot class files are there, which is nothing but called as bytecode. Now this bytecode, when we say, it could be like a dot class file, or it could be collection of dot class files. Like example, which is the collection of dot class files, we have .jar files. So generally to the .jar files or dot class files. So that time we set class path. Like example, if you have some different tool which is not available in current project. Okay, like example JUnit. For unit testing in Java, you want to use JUnit, and JUnit doesn't come by default with JDK kit. So now you want to write the program using those classes. So JUnit comes as a separate jar file. Now that jar file you have to put in your project, okay, means in your system, and then you have to type set class path to that jar file. Then you can access those classes also. So class path is always to class files, and these class files can be wrapped inside a jar file. That's why it can be set to jar file as well. So jar file stands for Java archive, full form Java archive, which is nothing but collection of dot class files, means collection of bytecode. So path is always to Java C, Java tools, and class path is always to dot class files. Okay, means bytecode, either in terms of dot class directly or collection of dot class, which could be dot jar. Fine. So this is when to set path, when to set class path. Sometimes if you have compiled your program and the dot class file is created, but still it is not able to find, then we type directly saying that set class path equal to dot, means the dot class file is in current folder only, just like that, to illustrate that is available in current system and can find it from the current folder. Now let's continue further. Yeah, so opening the program folder, notepad, abc.java. So this was like yesterday's program which we code. Let me delete all the dot class files, as of now not required.
I have a question here, sir.
Yeah.
So, always why class name is starts with capital letter?
Yeah, that's what I was coming to now. So like naming conventions, we call that as naming conventions in Java. Yeah, so I was coming to that topic only now. So here, we are going to write a class and variable, method, everything, data types now. But the question comes is like, what are the naming conventions to follow? Means how to create a class name, variable name, method name. So for that, there are some rules to be followed. First rule is, now remember, these are naming conventions. Naming conventions means these are best practices to follow. If you don't follow, then also your program will work, but it is not recommended. So like example, the first point in this naming convention is class names, not only class or interface or enums should start with capital letters. So generally people say only class name, but not only class name, class, interface or enums. What are these? We'll discuss later, interface and enums. But as of now, yes, these three should be starting with capital letter. Second point, if there are variables or methods, should start with small letters. Then third point, that is, if in any of the above, means if it is like class name, interface name, enum, variable, method, in all the cases, in any of the above, if more than one word, okay, more than one word means if it is comprising of multiple words, then okay, then every next words first letter should be capital. Okay, should be capital. Yeah, so here yeah, class or interface names or enums should start with capital letter. Variables and methods should start with small letters. And in any of the above, if more than one word, then every next word's first letter should be capital. Now, what does all these three statement means? Okay, is assume if you are creating a class. Okay, see the point says class name should start with capital letter. So let's take if the class name is there like string buffer. Then see string is one word. So as it's a class, it should start with capital letter. Or let's take if it is an employee class, then when we are creating, we should be typing employee like this, E capital. Then if I have some variable inside, let's take rather than employee a student. So student class, so S capital. Then the variable, if I have a variable roll number, so int roll number, see roll number. So ROLL small. Okay, so it should start with small letters. Int roll number, string name. Okay, name is a variable. So see why I am taking string as capital, because in Java string is a class. As we are mentioning, class should start with capital letter. So it will be like string name. Similarly, it could be like now marks, int marks or float marks. Okay, see these all are variable names. Now if I want to know percentage, so I want to calculate the percentage and return that percentage, then I should be having method public void. Now see get percentage method. So get is the method which I am keeping. Fine, so get method. So like this I should be specifying the names. So variable name and method name should start with small letter and class name should start with capital letter. Okay, so this is what the first two things says. But what it says is if in any of the above, if there is more than one word, like example roll number. Now I don't want roll, I want roll number. So then roll number N capital. Okay, because this is second word. I should not be typing like roll number in this manner. It should be like roll number N capital. Similarly, here if I want get percentage. Now get percentage, see not like this. Okay, so get percentage P is should be capital. Next words first letter capital. So similarly, if it is a public void get result, so get result like this. So this is what is the naming convention to follow, means best practices to follow. If I write here student S small, okay, here roll number R capital, or here for the get percentage I just make it P small only, then also your program will work. Remember, your program will not show any error. It will compile, it will execute, it will work. But this is wrong practice of coding. Okay, now the question comes is why these coding practices to follow? Why these standards to follow? Okay, the reason is, let's take a simple example to understand. I'm typing here. Okay, so you can notice what I'm typing here. Yeah. So can you tell me what have I written here?
Life is nowhere. Life is now here.
Right. So this has two different meanings. Okay.
Yeah,
So life is,
nowhere.
yeah. So life is nowhere or life is now here. Okay. So both has actually totally different meaning. And in current situation, it actually means both here. Okay. So for many people, it might be like, it's all about the perspective. So life is nowhere, otherwise life is now here. Okay. As everyone is staying at home and spending time with family, so they might be saying, okay, life is now here. Okay, but because of so many things are affected, all those things, so people might say life is nowhere. But yeah, so now see, as I can show you here, like this thing has two different meaning. Now what if I don't follow any names, standards, and like that there might be many words like impossible, I am possible. Okay, and likewise only many words which could be there. Now if the same thing I follow, if for example if it is like a variable, then I can say life is now here. Now see, when I declare like this, there is no confusion. Now no one will read it wrong. So it is even if it is a variable or if it is a method name or it is a class name. So then everyone will read it properly. So it is for better readability. It is mainly for readability. Similarly, if anyone looks to the name, so starting with capital or small, immediately will come to know, okay, it's a class or it's a variable or method. So obviously method means round bracket, ending with round bracket method. If not, then okay, it's a variable. But if starting with capital, okay, now it is a class name. Likewise, easily we can identify. So this is for the more better readability, so that the code will look more cleaner and easy to understand. Okay, only for that sake, remember, no, okay, no error will happen if you don't follow these rules. But this is not recommended. From the standards of Java coding, it has to be something like this, which need to be followed. Similarly, some more points are there. Like this is about the class, variable, and method. But if you have, for example, some constants should be all in caps or capital letter. Then comes is if more than one word. Okay, if more than one word, then separated by underscore. That is this symbol underscore. So like example, if I have a value pi, now pi is constant, so pi pi capital, exponential e capital. Sometimes min value you want to make constant, then min underscore value, okay, max underscore value. So see, now easily whenever we see such kind of variables, we can identify, okay, it's a constant, I cannot modify that. Okay, rather than specifying this as this min value. So see, here itself I can specify int min value. If I am following like this int min value is a variable which can be changed. So which can be changed. Fine. But if I just make it final, then it is better to specify min value. Okay, min underscore value. So just to denote that it is actually something which is constant.
In which case will declare, in constant variables?
Okay, like in case of student class, min passing marks, int pass marks, pass underscore marks. So it depends on the application requirement. Now passing marks could be like 35 in case in some colleges, it could be 35, in some cases it could be 40. So whatever is the minimum passing marks, that we can specify here, equal to.
So
now
constant will be declared only with the keyword final.
Yes,
So-
only with the keyword final. So final is a keyword to make it constant. In C, C++, we have keyword const, but
Okay.
in Java, it is final. So in Java, final is a keyword to declare it constant. And that time we should make sure like our variable is declared as capital letters.
So one more thing, Pankaj sir. So we declare a keyword final, and suppose let's say if the pass marks is not in capital, so what will happen?
No, that's why I initially told you naming conventions, not rules. Means what? If you
Fine,
don't-
fine.
yeah,
Okay.
it will be fine, but it's not according to the industry standards. When in the deployment code, when you pass this code, okay, there will be something called as code analysis tools available.
Mhm.
Okay, code analysis tools. So that time it will show you errors for all these kind of wrong coding. Okay, like one of
Okay. Okay. You mean to say so this still if you declare final and int not the capital letter, so it is still treated as an variable itself.
yes, it's still no. It's not treated as variable. Once you said final means it's a constant only.
Okay. Okay.
But
Fine.
only thing is you are not following the naming convention. So for that reason it will show errors.
Okay.
Okay, by code analysis tools, and code will be rejected. So one of the code analysis tool, like we have Sonar Cube. Okay, so which is like code analysis or code quality tool, we call it as, to check. Yeah, so this is another point. So constant should be all capital. Similarly, if you have package names are always in small letters, regardless of one word or more than one word, always small letters. Like example, now let's take inbuilt classes as an example to take all these things. Now we have string as a class. That's why see, starting with capital letter. We have string buffer is also a class. See, as it's a class, starts with capital, but more than one word. So first S and next words B capital. Okay. Similarly, if there is a method, like we have some method priority or print. Okay. So see, print is a function. So small letter. Okay, similarly out, system.out. See, system is a class. So system is capital and out is a variable. So that's why you can see dot out. Okay, so system.out.println when we write. See, out is a variable and then print is a function. So all these things starts with small letters, variable names and function. And if the function, like in multi-threading, we'll see get priority. Okay, get priority, set priority. So you can see it is following this kind of thing. So get priority, set priority, we can see get priority, set priority. Now, one of the best thing I'll show you now, like how to see the details of any inbuilt class. Okay, so to see the details of any inbuilt class, we have a tool called as Java P. Now see Java C, Java, Java P, all these tools are there in JDK bin. So once you set the path to JDK bin, you can access now all these tools. So Java P and one of the root class in Java. Root class means super class for all the classes in Java. That is with the name object class. And it is present in java.lang package. And object, see O capital I'm typing. If I type here O small, so O small, so see it will show me error. It will not find it. So you can notice the error will come now. So see, class not found. So this is only to denote that everything what is there inbuilt available is following this naming convention. So now I will say object O capital and press enter. So yes, now it is showing me the details. See how this tool works. It will show you the detail of that object class. So first of all, it is a part of lang package, and just now as mentioned here, package names are always in small letters. So here if you say java.lang package, java.lang package, if you say java.util, java.io, that is input output, java.sql for database connectivity. Okay, so you can notice all of these are like small cases, even though, okay, like io, input output, more than one word, then also sql, all in small letters. So likewise, these all are the naming conventions. Similarly, let's see the other naming conventions. So fine, of the class name starts with capital letter, fine, package name is all in small letters, that is also fine. But other things, like if it has some methods, see there's a method called as hash code. Check out, starts with small letter h and the next word's first letter C capital here. Clone is a function, so only single word starts with small, but two string, two words, S capital. It will show you details about any inbuilt class. Let's see Java P, java.lang.string now. Okay, so string is also inbuilt class. If I press enter, see it has so many methods inside. So it is showing me all of them. Okay, so like example 2 lowercase. Now see 2 lowercase, T small. Okay, next two words, every first letter capital, L capital here, C capital here. So string is a class in Java. Similarly to char array. Similarly, if I come at top, so here length is empty. So all are following this naming convention, starting with small letter and next words first letter capital. Similarly, let me take it thread class now. So why I said this will be very useful is now like this you can see the detail about any class which is available in Java. So see the thread class has so many methods, and in this see these are the final keyword, means constant. So have a look, it is following this naming convention, all letters in capital and separated by underscore if more than one word. But if it is a class name, so see thread is a class name, say T capital. There is a interface with the name runnable. So interface also start with capital letter, but package name small letters. So,
in same way, can we know all the class names in the package?
Yeah, but
See,
not,
Java.
yeah, not through this command actually. For that, if I want to see what all the classes are there in which package, better. Okay, because here if you type command wise in a single package, there will be like hundreds or sometimes thousands of classes. So the whole DOS prompt will scroll up and down, and then we have to, it will be difficult to search also. So better than that, we can go for here in Google, we can go and type Java API specification. This is the best place to go and see complete thing, like Java 11 specification, 8 specification, whichever you want. So Java API specifications, Oracle, or let's take Java Platform Standard Edition 7. Okay, so 7 edition specification, any version. Now see, when you click on that, see this is the place which shows all the details. Now see, these are the packages, because see hundreds, see how many packages are there, not even 100. So packages itself will exceed like in many. So all these are different packages in Java. So let's take IO package. Now when I click on IO package, immediately it will show me all the classes see here present in IO package. These are the interfaces of IO package, and these are the classes of IO package. It will show you like this. Okay, so let's take lang package. If I click on lang package, see lang package. Now here all the interfaces and classes of lang package. In lang package here I have string class. So I can come here and click on string. If I click on string, see now it will show me in the string class what all the methods are available, what is the variable available, and what is the methods. So the constructor, these are the constructors in string class, and these are the methods. Char at, code point at, code point before, likewise it will show. So this is the place where you can better get complete detail about your whole Java specification. So many things are there. Okay, similarly if I click on to uppercase method, it will show me the description about to uppercase. Okay, so this method is local sensitive, all this particular thing is, it is to make, converts all the characters in string to uppercase using the rules of default local, like that. So similarly, all the functions. But yes, if you want to see which package contains how many classes, then better to come to this rather than any command, because we have many hundreds of packages, and every package might contain like this hundreds of classes. And this package might have furthermore sub packages. Like under lang, we have again annotation, instrument, invoke, etc. When I click on lang package, it is, remember, only showing lang package classes, not of its sub package. If I click on this sub package, then it will show me what are there furthermore in that sub package, like this. So it means like single package might contain so many classes internally. Util package, this is for collection framework classes. Like we have list, okay, for linked list, all those things we can find here. See, linked list class is there. Similarly, hash map, hash set, all these are for collection classes. Hash table, like this. Similarly, stack also will be there, stack. Queue will be there, queue. Okay, so all these are interfaces and these are classes.